All right, we're live. Go.
We are so live. We are so live. I was in deep thought. That's what happened. I was in deep thought. You're watching LA School of Comedy's open mic night. We do a lot of things here, a lot of fun stuff. We have open mics, we have comedy classes, acting classes. I'm looking so forward, and I'm so happy to have back Aaron McIntyre, who's the director of the Film Actors Cafe, and you're going to be doing a lot of acting. Everybody has, you're going to need it. You're going to need it. I'm going to tell you something. Just never, ever, ever think that you know the answer to things when you ask a question, when you're hosting. I just want to put it out there. I just knew in this interview I did that it was female on female and like she was on Bond. And I said to her, don't you wish we had more comedians in Ethiopia? This is the guest. And she said no. Isn't that weird? Like to hear no? That's not what because I had something totally different prepared for that. Like you just never know. And oh my God. And I remember this shit starts young. It starts young. Does anybody remember Hydrox?
Yeah.
Somebody does? Hydrox and Oreos? Now, I think Hydrox was a cheaper version. They still make it. But I know, my mother let me do a friggin' commercial. That's why I had no teeth. You have to lick out the cream and see how much cream. Remember, just lick out the cream first out of the middle of an Oreo? Because a kid who eats the middle of an Oreo first will save the chocolate cookie outside for last. All right. So I don't even have a commercial for LASC. That's right, LA School of Comedy, where we love comics. We love comics so much, I wear clothing that's not even the name of my school, okay? So if you want to see me live, you can usually catch me on Monday nights at the Comedy Store. They have a beautiful potluck night, and I love going there. You never know who you're going to run into. It's all headliners. And it's just a great time. And also, check out Prime Video. I'm just going to say that every time I go on. Just check me out on Prime Video. It's either Live from Hollywood with Sunda or Sunda Live from Hollywood. If you're dyslexic, somehow you'll find it. But I'm just done with the name Sunda, by the way, because I realize there's too many Sundas now. There's so many. So hear me out. I thought I should have my name trademarked so that, not like I'm Cher or anything, but I just want to go by one name because Sunderland Kroonquist Zaffron is a mouthful, okay? And I always get sent back with my tickets when I go on in the airport. So my husband trademarks my name, and the only thing he didn't trademark it for was a restaurant. Sunda in Chicago opens. I'm getting like hate mail. Hate mail. I can never perform in a restaurant. I can never use the name Sunda in a restaurant. You have to, if you Google my name, it's going to be the first. And their social media is popping. I just wish we were with Sunda. I should have went there when I was in Chicago. When you're in Chicago, check out the Laugh Factory while you're there. And if you're looking for open mics, I'm sure you guys already know. You go to the Comedy Bureau, and Batslava is another one. Are they still open, Batslava?
I think so.
They're good. Yeah. They're good. Because you have to find out and you have to produce your own shows, and that's how you get to be a host and learn a lot of things. And so I'm not going to hesitate. I don't care if you just came in. Let's give it up for Chris Wheeler.
Woo!
Put together for Sunda. How you guys doing tonight? Got good news and bad news. Which one do you want first?
Good.
The good news is I'm here, and I got a commercial this week. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Great news.
It was for a pot dispensary in Victorville. But that's better than nothing, right? That's better than nothing. The bad news is it was a tough week. I did a couple of open mics. It was like being in Roadhouse. There were people throwing things at me, people screaming. But good practice if you're a comedian, right? Great thing about coming to this place is you get 10 minutes. You're on YouTube. I'm advertising for this place. Come on out. This is a great place to be. Let me tell you, on the way here, when I arrived here, by the way, the parking around here is as tight as a virgin. I just want to say that. But I was coming up this alley up here. You know the alley on the back? Yeah. And a cat ran right underneath my car. So I stopped the car. Any animal lovers here? Do we have any animal lovers? Yeah. Okay, good. The cat went right under my car. I stopped my car. I don't want to kill an animal just to do an open mic. So I stopped my car. I went out. I looked underneath my car. No sign of a cat. And I looked down the alleyway, and the cat was running away. And I said to myself, story of my life, another pussy got away. So I'm Chris Wheeler. If you don't know me, applaud if you know me. Applaud if you know me. Hey, you guys know me? You guys know me? Do you know me? You seen me before? Have you? No. You have? You have? Good. All right. Well, I'll do some stuff that I'll do a mixture of different things tonight. One word and one action can change anything, right? I go outside here and there's a police car and I throw a rock at the window. The cops arrest me. They put me in jail. The people in jail, good. We'll put a wig on that guy. We'll make him Christina. I'll get banged in the ass and I'll leave gay. One action, one word can change everything. Get on an airplane. I go into my favorite seat, which is 22E, which is a window seat. And my friend Jack comes in and I salute him. I go, hi, Jack. They close the plane down. They take me out in handcuffs, all right? One word can change everything. Get into the TSA. You arrive at the TSA. Sir, Mr. Wheeler, did you pack your bag? No, my girlfriend packed it. They send you over to a secondary screening, right? One word can change everything. Did you guys hear the story about the Home Depot up in Northern California? No, you didn't. Good. We'll tell you the story. I think he knows the story. This gentleman was there, and he went into the restroom. We believe stole number 2. We think he was doing number 2. They have one-ply toilet paper at Home Depot. I checked. And apparently the night before, he had too much curry. So he was in there, and he stayed in there. He was going to the bathroom, and there was a guy waiting. And the guy patiently waited outside. The guy came out. He opened the door, and he said, "Don't go in there. There's a bomb in there." And the guy goes, Jesus. He calls Home Depot security. They take the guy away in cuffs. They close the place down. Bomb squad comes in. And the bomb squad enters and goes, well, there is no bomb, but that guy did leave a bomb. One word can change everything. Now, tonight, in front of all of you, I am going to tell you, first of all, I like to go out and support British culture. Tell everybody about it, all that kind of thing. Because you know why I'm doing it? Because no one else is doing it. Are you doing it? Are you supporting British culture? Yes. Sir, are you supporting British culture? Sunda, what about you?
Yes, I do.
No, he does, but I have to. She does, but I have to go out and actually do it. So we're known for 4 things. As British people, we're known for 4 things. Horrible teeth, horrible weather, horrible food. But we have one thing that no one else has. We have the International Man of Mystery. Put it together for Mr. Austin Powers! Woo! Now tonight, I'm going to do an English menu. If you like the food, I want you to applaud. If you don't like the food, I want you to scream bloody awful. We're going to do a little bit of attempt. We're going to see how good your bloody awful. So give me your best bloody awful.
Bloody awful.
That was bloody awful. Let's try again.
Bloody awful.
I'm generous tonight. I'll give you a 6 out of 10. So we're going to do it. We're going to give you, would you like it in a regular voice or would you like it in the Queen voice?
Queen.
Always the Queen.
All right. We'll do the Queen's voice. Now, look, we brought the Queen out. People said to me, she's dead. Incorrect. She was resting. She abdicated the throne, and they put King Charles in there. I called Buckingham Palace. I said, I'm going to be at the LA Comedy School and get there a little bit early today because Sunda gets pissed off if I get late. So I got there a little bit early, and I said to them, can we have the Queen? They said, nobody in Buckingham Palace will talk to you. We don't know who you are, but we will connect you to the head janitor. I said, pipe me in. And let me be honest with you. The head janitor, he's not much of a janitor. I wouldn't have him clean my house. But on the head side, he's great. Because in Hollywood, if you want to get ahead, sometimes you have to give a head. And that's why my knees are a little bit sore today. So we have the Queen here. I wanted to explain why she's here. You guys ready for the Queen?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. Is that my flag? Got a flag. I printed it just at the printers. Kidney pie, spam, covered in A1 sauce.
Bloody awful.
You'll be difficult to feed. Roast beef, roasted potatoes with horseradish sauce.
Yeah. Woo!
This is not my favorite, but my husband enjoyed it. Spotted dick stuffed into apple pie, covered in vanilla ice cream, prepared by 2 gentlemen called Ben and Jerry's.
Woo!
We've got some spotted dicks in the audience. I love it. Bangers and mash.
Woo!
Yeah.
This one is not supposed to be on here, but it is, unfortunately, and I'm very embarrassed. bang her and take her to the International House of Pancakes. We got some response over here. When I got in public, they tell me I look like 3 infamous famous people. We might even say resemble. So by applause, if you see a little bit of that person in me, applause. You guys ready? You got the game? I didn't make the rules. They came from above. First person is Bruce Jenner. Anyone see a little bit of Bruce in me? Not last night. Not last night, but right now. Okay? Any Caitlyn? A little bit of Caitlyn. Oh, we got a Caitlyn. I got some equipment at home, but things are just... I'm going straight up the alleyway at this point because I'm chasing that fucking cat. The other one is... I'm going to sit down for this one. I'm going to try and make the pose. Christopher Reeve in a wheelchair. Okay? Now, if you've drunk alcoholic beverages tonight, you'll have to kind of concentrate a little bit. Christopher Reeve and Bruce Jenner have sex, and William Dafoe comes out. The miracle of birth, huh? Look at that, the miracle of birth. That's my English man. You guys enjoy that?
Yeah.
Woo. I did have a tooth removed last week, and I think that's why I didn't come to the open mic. Was I here last Wednesday?
You were.
I had a tooth removed last Wednesday down in Westwood, and it took an hour to take the tooth out. She was moving it back and forth. She said there's 3 roots in there, and she numbed me up. Now, in England, an injection is called a prick. That's the name of it. If you get a prick, that means you get an injection. So I just didn't know that I would enjoy so much having 6 pricks in my mouth. Never thought about it. Does that make me gay? A little bit? A little bit? No. Okay, he's supporting me. I'm getting some support over here. Cultural differences between America and England, right? There's a lot of differences, don't you think? There's a lot of difference between our 2 countries. America... They have some history issues. I was a world historian. Well, I went to college, I studied some history. But America's got some bad stuff in the past. But let's look at the good stuff. American created Flight with the Wright brothers.
Yeah.
In-N-Out Burger. Apple Computer. Rolling Stones. Well, that's not the Rolling Stones. We'll give them the Eagles. English, James Bond, right? Right? Great, James Bond. English, the Radar in 1937. Okay, Rolls-Royce engines, Rolls-Royce cars, Aston Martins, right? Okay, the one thing I never understand about you Americans, as great as the Americans are, who the hell came up with a sporting goods store called Dick's? And then you put it in a strip mall with no strippers. If you're going to have a strip mall, put the strippers in there. I swear there'll be more traffic. And next to Dick's Sporting Goods, you put BJ's Brewery. Next to BJ's Brewery, you put Toys R Us. I said, boy, that's an interesting configuration. What the fuck does it mean? And I went home for a couple hours to scratch my balls. And when I scratched my balls, I realized there was a connection between the brain and the balls. And I came back, and I realized it's brilliant. You guys have outdone yourselves again. The British look small and weak comparison. It's a family outing. How did I never think of it? The kids go shop at Toys R Us and get their toys. The men go enjoy BJ's at BJ's breweries, and the women go and explore Dick's at Dick's Sporting Goods. It's a fucking American family outing. The families shop together, come together, and stay together. Put it together for the American family. Ah, Jesus. Do I have any more time?
You got 30 seconds.
I'm going to do an American menu. Just to be fair, since I'm American English, I've been working my American accent all night. If you like the food, you cheer. If you don't like the food, you scream, it sucks. You guys got the rules?
Yeah.
In-N-Out, double, animal style fries and Coke. This is for Dodger fans. Dodger dog, 9-inch wiener. I can make it a 10-inch wiener. Relish and mustard. From the home of the Whopper. Double bacon Whopper burger. Hold the mayo. Toast my buns.
Bloody awful.
As finale, roast beef sandwich with dildo, pickles, and fruit salad. I had dill in there, but the lady in the front row said, I like the dildo, keep the dildo in, so I kept the dildo in. My name is Chris Wheeler. Thanks for listening to my ramblings. Put it together for Sunday. You can find me on Chris Wheeler Voice, March 1st at the Ice House. Come out and see me. And nice working tonight.
Yes! Spotted dick! But we all know about a spotted dick, or when a guy says, "Well, it's burning when I pee." I'm kidding, guys. I can't. I'm the only woman here. And yeah, but a guy sued a woman. Did you know that, for having an all-female showcase?
Yeah.
That's a big lawsuit. So hey, listen.
Us.
You know what? In New York, it was a boys' club anyway, but I have a little New York spirit in here. So let's give it over to the director of the film Actors Cafe, the one and only Aaron McIntyre. There you go.
There we go. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. I ain't gonna make you clap no more. Because Chris wore me out. He wore me out, man. Telling you, well, you know, I get audience participation. I got to keep jumping in there. No. I love you, Chris. Love you. My name is Aaron McIntyre. It's Aaron, not Aaron. Not Aaron. Okay, so it's not E-R-I-N because, let's face it, that's the GG. That's the girl's way or the gay way. If you're a guy, sorry about your name. It's not Aaron, which is A-A-R-O-N, so please don't call me A-A-Ron, because I'm sick of it. And besides, A-A is supposed to be anonymous, if you know what I mean. Speaking of A-A, I am in recovery.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yep, it's been about 23 and a half hours since my last drink. Going down to an AA meeting right after this. I don't know if you know this, but every birthday you have, you get a chip, right? Anybody know that? Anybody AA out there? No? Okay. Somebody's looking out there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get a chip. The first birthday is your 24-hour chip. So that's what I'm going for right after the show. And I've got about 8,650 of them. As soon as I hit 10,000, I am quitting. That's going to be my last drink then. Then I'm going to go for my 3-month. Then after that, I'm going to collect a few of those and then move on. It got a little dark in here for a minute. I have been, and it was kind of timely because I've been reading the Bible quite a bit lately. Yeah. Any big Bible fans out there? Anybody read the Bible?
Donnie Wahlberg.
No, it's the greatest book ever written, as far as they say. I read the thing, and I don't know about the greatest. It's pretty long. It's a long story. A lot of begatting. A lot of begats and begats and begats, and you know the Genesis thing the Genesis is pretty good. I think that was kind of written so that they catch the attention, right? Then we come into Exodus. Exodus goes on forever, and most of it is building. Building for God, because God is a jealous God, and he's fucking greedy. He's really greedy. All he wants is like stuff built for him. He goes through this whole process of it's got to be a cubit and a half by a cubit and a half, and it's got to have gold leaf, and there's got to be horns, and it's got to have... And then he goes into the tabernacle, and he has them build him a whole tabernacle, but it's a crazy tabernacle. You could tell that he was just trying to fuck around with people. Right? He was just trying to make them work way too hard because, you know, it was like, oh, it's got to be here. It's got to be facing this way. There's got to be this many curtains on this side and this many curtains on that side. This one's got to be this long. It goes into, and the problem is that he tells them what he's got to do. Then he says, you got to go down and tell the people what I want you to do. And then he goes down and tells the people, and he tells them exactly what God wants them to do again. So it's like it's a second thing. I think they need references. You know, they need to at some point say, if you know how to build an ark, see Exodus 3, you know, and it would save a lot of time. I think that book would be cut down to about a 4-page pamphlet. He does talk a lot about, you know, I went and saw my daughter. Yeah. I went to New Zealand oh my God, it was a great time. But while I was there, I was reading a lot of the Bible, and I got to a certain place and thinking about selling her into slavery. You know, she made this bracelet, so she's really good at, you know, making friendship bracelets. So, you know, you could start a whole cottage industry there on the street selling friendship bracelets with my daughter's slave labor. Anybody do 23andMe? Anybody do 23andMe or Ancestry.com? Anybody? No?
Yeah, I did.
You did it.
Yeah,
You did it. So you kind of know where you came from and, like, you know, the predispositions that your people have, right? I found out I have something. Yeah, 23andMe. I was 23andMe. I found out I have a daughter. Another one. I have another daughter. Didn't even know she was alive.
Oh,
It's a fucking amazing thing, man. He's 40 years old. Go figure. Yeah, I was 17, young, dumb, full of you know what. I don't want to say the word because, yeah, it was the 70s, you know. Everything was different in the 70s. You could do pretty much. Yeah, I was I was born in the mid 1900s. So, you know, these people who make a big deal out of, oh, I was born in the 1900s, big fucking deal. I was born in the mid 1900s, man. I was a weird child as a child. I was a very strange child. I think it had to do with I fell on my head a lot, quite a few times. Fell off a couch doing a Mannix move, doing a superhero move off the back. You know, my mom kept saying, "Don't do that." And she didn't say it that way. She said more like, "Don't do that." Yeah, that's more. That's a better impersonation of "Don't do that." So anyway, she was in the back of the house vacuuming. I could hear it, so I knew that the sound would be covered up. She was far enough away, so I did it again, and I jumped and I, you know, flipped myself over the couch. You know how you do, like the superhero, put your hand on the railing and fly over. Caught my foot on the back of the couch, fell, knocked myself out. So passed out. I was completely blacked out on the floor. And I wake up, and my mother is standing over me going, "I told you not to jump over that couch." She vacuumed right around me while I was unconscious and 10. I was 10 years old, gentleman and lady. And, you know, there was a little dust chalk outline around me once I got up, and she just kept saying, "Stay awake, you have to stay awake, stay awake." So I stayed awake. That was that. The other time I fell out of a second-story window. Dove right out of a fucking second-story window. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't have, like, I wasn't tripping on acid thinking I could fly, right? Yeah, I was squirting my dog. So we had a dog in the backyard, and I was standing up on the radiator like a fucking idiot. And there's a window with a screen, and I'm squirting the dog through the screen, right? Makes sense. Yeah, so squirt the dog.
Right.
And then the dog walks toward the house, and so I'm leaning out like to see the thing, and the screen went pop, and I just dove right out of the thing. I saw about that much daylight, you know, and then I just went into shock. So I don't remember the fall. Fortunately, I did land on a doghouse, but it was a little box doghouse. It wasn't one of the Peanuts one, you know. I don't think I'd be around if it was one of those Peanuts pointy ones. But I did astral project. I astral projected across the field and turned around and watched myself fall out of the window over and over and over again. And I realized that was just the rest of my life, making mistake after mistake after mistake. And here I am, making another one, right? In front of you lovely people. Hey.
No way.
Hey, I have loved being here, and I'm here every fucking night just about, you know. Now that I'm back, I'm going to be here every night. I'm going to be, and now we got some classes coming up in late February. Early March. Let's figure it out. Let's get some people in the class first, and then we'll start the class, because I don't want to have that happen. It's a film actors cafe. I've been teaching for about 35 years. Started up in San Francisco, taught there for a lot of years, 35. And then moved down here, and I decided, hey, I got a special method. It's going to help you guys out. I promise. You won't ever have to memorize again. So anybody out there who hates memorization? Yeah, ugh. That's what I say. And you can also see my movie, Nominated, that my friend and I produced quite a few years ago. I've got hair. Yeah, back then. Had hair everywhere. Which, by the way, what is with the fucking people who have the top knot, you know? And the shaved sides, you know? They saying, look, I can grow hair up here. Yeah, that's it. Nominated the movie. Look for Dan Pavlik, Pavlik, on YouTube. And that's it. And let's bring up...
And where do we find you on social media?
Oh, Aaron McIntyre. AERONMACINTYRE. Everywhere. Thank you.
Here you go. Woo. Yeah.
Oh, now it's Sunda.
Oh, my God. Well, we got somebody from out of town, my part of town. I can't wait to see the mood he's in. Let's get up for the comedy of Jay Jenkins.
All right. Give it up for your host, everybody. Everybody making this show happen.
Oh, we do it.
My soon-to-be comedy mentor. Strong start right there. Here. All right. No, I've never been to England, but my last name is Jenkins, and my mother's maiden name is Newton, so the English is hell. But I've never been to the motherland. Can't say that I have. I got one thing about dicks. I know it's weird. It's a weird thing, but I had a lot of good times with my dad in there. So, look, can we give it up if we like washcloths?
Yeah.
Right? Can we give it up if you use your hands in the shower? Yeah. I don't know. That always seemed like a big debate, you know, washcloth, no washcloth. It's like a black or white thing.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I've been asked, you know, why don't white people use washcloths?
Right.
And look, it's not that big a deal. It's a simple answer. White people, we like to get a little bit of doo-doo under our fingernails. That's why you always see white people biting our nails. Those that didn't know. But look, guys, like, it's not color, it's culture. Okay. It's, oh, okay. Thought I'd try that one. Let's see. I don't know. It's been a weird couple months, right? A little bit weird. A little frustrated. Genuinely frustrated. You're seeing these people that are, I guess they're just taking control now. I guess this is just what it is. And it seems like these Democrats are, you know, they're the people that are supposed to be taking a stand, supposed to be trying to do the right thing, prevent some things. They're finding ways to let us down, and I no, but you know, like it's like they're all disappointing, like all of them, every single politician, like Jimmy Carter's fucking dead to me.
There we go.
That's how I feel personally. I don't know. Trump crowd.
Not tonight.
Huge Trump crowd. I don't know. I don't like Trump, but I fuck with his Christian values. Like he always seems like he's got like weird legs, you know, under those pants, like shiny kneecaps. That always seemed like a Christian thing. I don't know. I've been reading the Bible a little bit from time to time. What's that thing about it's easier for a rich guy to pass through a camel with a needle or something for him to get into heaven? I don't know. I don't really know. You guys want to hear a little impression I've got?
Yeah.
This is Tom Hanks when he found out that Trump won. No! I'm working on that. Okay, all right. I was trying to think of, you said Ethiopia, I was trying to think of like a Haile Selassie joke, but I can't. My brother showed me a really cool documentary on him. He was supposed to be the direct descendant of King Solomon. It's not funny. I just thought it was cool, interesting. It is. It's very interesting. He was also like 5'2", kind of interesting. Great side profile though, like just amazing face, great beard. Oh man. But yeah, just a little frustrating. I went down a bit of a Matt Gaetz hole lately. Like, I don't know, I guess he's kind of old news, I guess. But for those that might not remember, Matt Gaetz was Trump's appointee for attorney general, and there was an investigation pending, and he was convicted of being with some 17-year-old girls and paying for them, and he dropped out of the race. Not even the race. He dropped out of that. And I was wondering, what's Matt Gaetz doing now? You know what he's doing now?
Cameo.
He's doing probably. He's probably doing. Is he really doing Cameo?
Well, he was.
Oh my God! Such a weird face. Such a weird, beady-eyed face. Such a slimy, tiny. You know what else he's doing though? He's a news anchor. He's got his own show on One America News Network called The Matt Gaetz Show. And he's doing puff pieces about why he's just back to old stuff. And he's saying why shouldn't let transgender women into girls' bathrooms, and I don't know. I'm new here. You guys don't know much about me. I have a daughter. I've got a little 4-year-old girl. Oh. And thank you. Thanks, guys. I just feel that I'd feel a lot more comfortable with her being in a bathroom with 10 trans women than one Matt Gaetz. Right? You guys with me on this?
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
I'm just kidding, guys. I don't have a daughter. I don't have a daughter. Not a huge payoff. I wish I could have kids. Not that I don't want kids. It's just went to the doctor. Chunky cum.
Chunky cum.
Yeah.
The worst.
It's awful. It's like cottage cheese. I'm like, what's going on? You know? What's happening? What's happening? Christian values. Let's see here. I don't know. Nazi stuff here now? Nazi stuff? I've got a friend, he's got this coin collection. Excuse me. Spit a little micro spit over the microphone. He's got a coin collection, and he's got old coins from the Byzantine Empire, 1920s, all whatever. And he found this 1943 Nazi party coin, and it's got a little swastika and a little eagle on there. And then he's got a 1946 coin, and they wipe the swastika off of there. There's no swastika anymore. And I was just kind of wondering, kind of the small talk that regular Germans were making, like sitting around at work, like, you guys see they took the swastika off the coin? Pretty crazy, man. Times are changing. I don't know. I'm actually, I am. I'm scared. I'm scared for not really myself. I think I'm gonna be fine. I think I'm gonna be okay. I can play in, and I can act like one of those pricks anytime I want. But I don't know. It seems that history is repeating itself, and we need to know our history. Like it feels like people don't even remember the Alamo anymore. Man, like the Alamo, you had to be there, man. That shit was a movie. All right, thank you, everybody.
My name is, and you can find me.
Oh, yes. My name is J. Davis Jenkins. You can find me on Instagram, J_Jenkins, 2 S's _. Thank you for having me so much. Thank you so much for having me so much, everybody.
Thank you. That's so funny. Oh my God, imagine if I find my kid. I'm kidding. They're watching right now.
I got a niece.
Well, you know something, that's so funny because Bill Dawes also found out that he had a kid, by the way, Aaron.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the same week. So I introduced him to my kids, and my daughter was like, I understand, how do you not know you have a kid? And I was like, because guys do things and they forget. And then years later, just ask Aaron McIntyre. It's like, hello there. No, I'm not doing my DNA anymore because I don't need no more. I don't need any more people in my life. Isn't that a terrible thing to say? I was having an absolute breakdown the other day. I was like, LA, listen to me. Don't ever fall into this LA bullshit. There was traffic. My mother's sick. Their mother's dead. My dog got hit by a car. They never had a dog because they say in Iraq they have allergies. It's such a flaky place. I'm so grateful that he's from New York. So he tells me the name of somebody that he went out with. He says to me, you wouldn't know her. He says to me, I said, try me. Tells me the name. I know her. Only in New York, right? Yeah. So we got to bring a little New York here, and I appreciate it. And we got some more East Coast people here. Where are you? There you go. There you go. He's so tight. Let's give it for the comedy of Hunter White. Woo! Wow, that was crazy. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course, keep it going for Suna and everybody. Jay, you were very funny, although I do have to say, when you're like, LOL, I don't have a daughter, none of us were surprised. You seem great, just like, not the vibe. It's going to be different. Also, Aaron, was that true, the 23andMe thing?
Yeah.
Yo, that happened to my dad. I got a call when I was on tour with Ron, also East Coast, crazy man. But he was like, I got to tell you something. I was like, oh no. He's like, so you have a sister. He was like, I was 17. I worked in a restaurant, which meant he was on cocaine. Okay. And I don't have a joke for that. Kind of the theme for tonight, it's a little different. I usually will have written material, but I've been doing comedy like more consistently. And it's real hard. Not hard like doing the comedy or getting to the comedy. It's just doing the same comedy over and over and over. Like, guys, no one talks about this, but the reason comedians go crazy is not because, like, the business or the lifestyle or the drugs, alcohol. No, it's telling the same weird 90s molestation joke every night. Come on, people.
But not everybody knows it.
But I also was like,
you have to.
There might be new people, but also you should work on just kind of going off the dome. So we'll do that for the beginning and then get into prepared material for the new people. Yeah. I think that's an exercise I want to do. You might notice me in the back taking pictures. That's what I do. Been a photographer for like 12 years. Just kind of crazy. It's interesting, though, doing comedy and photography, because everybody knows a child who also does that. Right? Everyone has a niece who's really into photography or a nephew who's really into comedy, and I guess my passions children can just do. Again, these are just thoughts, guys. We're rolling through it. I love life. I brainstormed all this earlier, and by brainstorm, I mean sit in my Prius and yell for an hour. Cool! I'm in couples counseling, which I didn't think I would ever talk about on stage because that just feels disrespectful. And I don't know how it's going, but I feel like I'm winning. So there's that, I guess. Maybe we're both losing. Who knows? I don't know. That's too real and just sad. Technology makes us creepy. As a rule, like it's just like creepy things like Bluetooth. When it came out, we had strangers talking to themselves on the street, right? But now that's normal. And like Google Glass, like people had a camera all the time, and that's normal. And like VHS and DVD and Blu-ray and probably records were all just for pornography. If you look into it, that's why they adopted the format, but all that's normal now. Again, I need to figure out how these are jokes. So let's do any questions. Just someone shout some off the dome. Again, we're just trying stuff. Where am I from? Atlanta originally, but I lived in New York for 10 years. That's how I met Sunda originally. I lived in the Village for like 2 years, but I lived on 23rd and Lex for 4, Brooklyn for 2, Ridgewood for 2.
Oh my God, I'm still here.
I know. Okay, cool. So, my name is, we'll just do material. So my name is Hunter, as you know now. And, little about me. I used to be really into politics growing up. And then one day I smoked some DMT, and now I just really like trees. Right? Like I'd rather watch the clouds than watch the news, I guess. But I do pay attention to the news. I think my favorite story of all time is Luigi. We remember Luigi Mangione, right? When he video gamed that CEO on the street. That was like such an interesting time because like I'm not gonna like say I support what he did, but I support that someone did something, you know? Right? Like, we all talk like, I do this, I do that. We all talk a huge game, but, like, he showed up to work at 6:30, you know? Right? And, like, the big, like, like, people often in media and, like, older generations are like, oh, my God, how could anyone do this? This random act of violence. And the rest of us are just like, I don't think it was random. Like, I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but like, I mean, I imagined it, and like, he imagined it, and we imagined it, and he manifested it. Like, that's pretty crazy. Did we manifest Luigi? I don't know. Guys, the disconnect, there's just disconnects all over, because like, after they caught him, everybody just started talking about how attractive he is, and which fair, but I don't care how attractive he is. Before they caught him, he was so cool. He was a mystery, Right? Like, where'd he go? Oh, he's in the park. Does he have disguises? He has a getaway car. He's gonna go to the border. None of that happened. He took 2 trains and a connecting bus to a Pennsylvania area McDonald's. Right? What started as a hitman ended as the Hamburglar. Like, what happened? I think I know what happened. And I want to be careful because I don't want to be one of these people who blames video games for things, because I don't think video games were connected to this crime. But I think they inspired the crime. Because, like, think about it. It's just a Grand Theft Auto mission in real life, right? Like, he did the crime, he did the shooting, bang, bang, he got away from the cops, woo, right? Like, he did the thing, but he didn't escape. Because in a video game, you do the thing, you get away from the cops. There's no, like, go to Connecticut and hang out for 6 weeks, right? You just, like, put the controller down and go get a snack. That's what you do. And good people of LA School of Comedy, Luigi put the controller down to go get a snack. He was like, I gotta wait. I'm gonna save quit and go to McDonald's. No, bro, the save point is in Canada. Run. See, I write these jokes, I like them, and then I do them for some audience, and it's smooth, and then some, I'm like, I need an off-ramp. Where do we go from here? Comedy's weird. I just been thinking, again, not written. Just like, you meet the craziest people in comedy. I don't think people talk about this. And like, I love 90% of them. But then 10% of them are your manager. They drink red wine with ice and tell you to jump off a bridge. Like, what? I just want to talk about Ron Herron all the time, Suna, but real talk, fuck it. If he sees this and tries to kill me, it's a story. I don't know. Okay, so I had this manager. First red flag, I was a year into comedy. And I had a manager, right? Should have been warned by that. But it was like an interesting relationship because, like, I was broken and he was an older man, so it was like a weird, fucked up father-son relationship, but like I was super nice, so I just like did everything for him and like had all these opportunities, and he just started to believe in QAnon. You're like, I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. Mom, I'm gonna go on a 4-month tour. With who? QAnon guy? Guys, I put something on Facebook and my mom replied, and then he started yelling at my mom on Facebook. Wow. Yeah, real talk. And I had to then message him and be like, Ron, that's my mother. He's like, her name's Natasha Knox. Yes, it's complicated, but what the... See, I know there's funny there because there's unresolved pain. Oh, here's the thing. I'm like the nicest guy in the world, right? And I'm also like I'm nice, but I'm not friendly. If that makes sense. Like I'm not great at talking to people. So like I didn't talk to these guys in the car for 4 months and crazy manager. So I learned at the end that they were convinced that I was a mole. And I was sitting there reporting to him on what these people were doing. Long story short, be careful who you work with in comedy. Suna is phenomenal. I met her through Ron, so everything worked out in the end. You guys have been fun. My name is Hunter Wyatt. Thank you so much for putting up with that.
You're not going to believe this. I met the best people through him. He got in so much trouble. Yeah. I met the best people. You know Jennifer Harrenberg? That's how I met her. Rocco did my book, my T-shirts. Oh, yeah. When I told him I needed them, he really did it, and he had them delivered. I mean, I met... did you remember him, Rocco?
I think so, yeah. It was such a weird time.
It was such a weird time.
Like
and then he went to the Army, and he said, Sunda, please don't write me, because you can't joke. Rocco.
Oh, okay.
I mean, oh my God. It's like a red herring. Yeah. That's something you use there. And you know what? He was a gentleman. He was so kind to me.
He was really great until he didn't like you, and then bridges got burned hard.
And he's still working.
I guess he hit me up, and I was just like, short answers. I was like, I could.
You don't want to revisit your old vomit unless you call the price.
I could get work with him, but I'm like, not worth it.
Oh my God! What a fun! You have no idea. We just can't even talk about it because if there weren't comedy clubs, the mental institutions would be overrun. But that's okay. We don't want to stop you and your kid. Hey, you got a funny kid? You got a kid that they say has ADD, ADHD, Elementary? You got that kind of kid? Put that kid on stage. Get your kids off the phone. Get them into comedy. Get them into acting. Get them here because, listen, it's all over now. It's all over now. I'm not even going to be leaving a message. It's just going to be AI. Do you think anybody could be like me, AI, like that crazy?
No.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what separates us from the computers.
Oh my God, you're so crazy. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, for tuning in, and thank you for all your comments. My name is Sundar Kronquist. Find me on all platforms at Sundar Live. Thank you and good night. Thank you, Aaron. Comedy store, I forgot.